In today's video, I'm going to be covering how you can connect AI agents to Odoo using n8n. So n8n is really good automation software that can connect all kinds of software integrations together. In this video, we're specifically covering how we can receive Gmail emails and send responses automatically using an AI agent that has also access to MCP tooling to provide enhanced responses. So let's dig into it, shall we? So if we come to the n8n landing page here, you can see they've got currently 1,407 integrations spanning all kinds of software like Google Sheets, Gmail. You've got all the AI providers, Google Drive, Discord, Postgres. So a lot of big players here. In this video, we're going to be covering Gmail and AI agent, and also we'll touch on the Odoo node just to demo how that works. So you will see if you search here, n8n does have an Odoo node that provides basic CRUD capabilities. And you'll see some workflows, demo workflows using these here. For example, I might click this one, be able to see this is just an endpoint and it triggers something in Odoo. So to get started, we're going to click sign in. n8n does offer a 2-week free trial. So you just put in your email and you'll be able to sign in. And you'll get to a page like this where you'll be able to create your first workflow. So to create a workflow, it's quite easy. You just click create workflow, and n8n does provide an AI assistant to build your workflows for you. So you don't really need technical knowledge. You just need to describe exactly what you want. And you can put it in this box and it'll build all the nodes for you. Now, I've already got a pre-built workflow to demo, but I'll first show you what the Odoo node is. So you could add the Odoo node here. You define various triggers, how you want to start it. But you see you've got actions, you can create contacts, you can create items. So let's say we wanted to set up this node using the standard free Odoo node. You would create a credential here, put your site URL in. So let's say we've got my instance here. Put our URL in, we put our username in, and we can connect here through password or API key. So if we were to go to our users here, admin, we could get the API key, I believe, from security tab. You can get add API key. And you can say it's for Odoo n8n. You can say it's valid for a year or however long we want, and then we copy the key, right? So we paste it in here. We get the database name. We can get this from, if you go in debug mode, you should see the database name here. So you can see it's variant switcher 19 in this case. So we'd include variant switcher 19 and we'd save that. All right, so that's our connection set up. Now I won't cover any flows using this, but you set up the connection and you can have it create certain data. You can create contacts and add fields we want to feed in, and maybe we could set up a flow where somebody submits a form and it's fed into n8n and automatically creates contacts using this node. Okay, so that's how you can use the standard Odoo node, the free node. So now we're going to cover a flow with Gmail. So we go to this workflow. Okay, so for this workflow, the first step is we're going to be receiving an email over Gmail. Now I've connected my Gmail account through this setting here, credential to connect with. So all you do is create new credential. If you're using Gmail, for example, you sign in with Google. So that covers the Gmail connection. And you set up what event you want to trigger on and messages from a certain inbox, for example. You could define it as a certain inbox. This is going to be the trigger point, okay? So that's going to feed into our Claude agent. This is a node that essentially passes through the email body text as a prompt, and we'll use Claude. So you just connect to your Claude account, you create a API key, set it as a credential. All right, so you create a new credential, you'd go to here for Anthropic, or well, Anthropic console. All right, so you have to create an account with Anthropic and some get API key, you click that, and you'd feed it in as the API key. I've already done it myself, so there you go. So now you've connected to Anthropic, and you can choose your model. The last step is the interesting one, is connecting the MCP. So you can also have connect it with an MCP node. And this is where our app Odoo MCP Studio comes in. We can connect it to this through OAuth authentication. So you can see here, we'd import our URL, which is our Odoo instance here. We'll just put MCP on the end. So that's our endpoint. Server transport, we choose this option. Now authentication, you choose MCP OAuth 2, and you'd have to create a credential after that. So you click edit, we'll go and create a new credential. So for the URL, you just put your Odoo URL with the module installed on, click connect my account. This will bring up the authorization page. You'd authorize as the user you want to execute the requests. Click authorize. So now we're connected, it's all set up to go. So I'll show you a bit of an example of how this works. Okay, so to test this workflow, I'm going to compose an email in my Gmail, just send it to myself here. I'm going to call it test inquiry. I'm going to paste in a message, just say, hey, can you tell me what my highest performing MCP web app is by view count, and how many contacts do I have in Odoo? So this is information that's stored in the Odoo database that is going to need to be accessed by the MCP tool from the agent. So if you send an inquiry like that, click send. Now, at this point, if we trigger the workflow, that's going to look for that email, and it's going to run it through the agent. So you can see the agent has made 2 tool calls, and every time it makes a call, it's going to feed the response back and go in a loop, and then eventually send the response. So you can see it send the response, and it said, hi, Claude, great questions here. What I've found. We're back in our Gmail, so if we check the response, it said, hey, great questions here. What I've found. Its top performing app is Snake Evolve with 27 views, and the contact count is 97. So, it's been able to pull that information and immediately respond to us in an email. So yeah, that's one example of how you can use n8n to automate flows with software. You can imagine we could set this up with Microsoft Teams instead, or Discord, or maybe you want a message on our phone. We can set it up with WhatsApp, so you can email this agent and get live information about your Odoo data. All kinds of possibilities, potentially OCR. We could have an attachment to the email. There is an option to download attachments in Gmail, so you could have that be fed to the AI agent and have it scan the PDF and create a contact in Odoo, or say a purchase order in Odoo. So yeah, those are some of the examples you can use n8n for with Odoo. Yeah, let me know what you think.